palettes would you like the walls to be painted?
Well, personally, I like bright colors and I like the color purple, but I don't know if that would be realistic in a school environment. But I would say anything other than this dismal institutional white would be preferable.
Like psychologically, what colors do you think will enhance the performance of students?
I know there's been some research on this. Sometimes if the colors are too bright, it's too stimulating, although I think our students could use some stimulation. I'd say any bright colors. Again, I personally would like purples, blues, but anything that would add some kind of color and texture to the walls.
Do you feel that it is important for Athens to change its environment, like the physical appearances and everything of the building and structure, and why? If yes, why?
Because I've been in this building for 30 years, and I'm starting to realize that, of course, the building wears out, just like I'm wearing out, but I realize that I'm wearing out, and so I have to take extra care to fix myself up. I know you're trying to do that, like we fixed the outside of the building, but I'm curious why we replaced all the concrete and left with, which is all now bright white, and we have 6 right in the front of the building, 2 of which are cracked that were not replaced. We tore out the landscaping in the front, so now it's just this bare concrete. I think that the environment that you present, you want it to make students feel comfortable. I think it should feel more like a home environment rather than an institution, like a hospital or a jail.
All right, question 1. What are some things you would want to change about your classroom if you could, and why?
Well, in here we kind of have a unique experience where we have 3 classrooms in one, which can be kind of noisy at times when you have 3 different rooms going on. Also, the lights, we all have to kind of share the lights and turn them off and on when we need them off and on. For example, Mrs. Sornell teaches photography, and when she needs to have the lights off for the kids to take pictures, I'm in here trying to have kids paint, and sometimes it can be kind of dark, so I have lamps in the room. Other than that, I think we make the space work the best it is.
All right, thank you. Question 2. What environmental aspects of your classroom do you like?
I do like the openness of the room. I do like how we can interact with the other teachers during the day, where we're not kind of separated. Students can see what's going on in other rooms while they're in this room. Kind of gives them exposure to what else we offer in our department.
Number 3. What color palette would you prefer for your walls?
Color palette, I would say cool tone, calms everybody down.
All right. And number 4. Do you think this is a necessary step in terms of improving the environment at school?
I think in terms of our unique situation down here, it would be helpful, especially when it gets loud in here with 3 classes going on. Either have some kind of partition or the lights or whatever the case may be. I think it does play a role in making a comfortable environment for students.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Things you would want to change about your classroom if you could, and why?
My classroom, I'd really like to be able to have more area to be able to display student work. So what I have right now are just these little spaces on my cabinets, and I already have some posters there. So I'd really like some kind of way to display that.
Number 2, what environmental aspects of your classroom do you like?
I do like having the cabinets. I don't want them to go. I like having all the storage because I need to for my labs. So you see, this is where my other labs go. But I do also need to keep the safety features of my classroom kind of where they are in my lighting fixtures. But there are definitely some ideas that I have otherwise.
Number 3, what color palette would you prefer? Accent colors, cold tone, warm tone, all one color, etc.
So I think I like when there are some, like one accent wall, I guess. Instead of having a ton of bright colors, I like ones that are soothing for people being able to focus, because generally in science people get a little freaked out sometimes. So I'd like them to be able to feel comfortable. So I don't know about, kind of I'd have to see a palette.
All right. All right, number 4. Last question. Do you think this is a necessary step in terms of improving the environment at school?
I
don't think it's super necessary because I haven't done it yet, but I think it would be really appreciated if we could have something like it available to us as a choice. I think that would be actually pretty cool. So I'd be game if it can happen. Good luck, girls.
All right, thank you.
First question, what are some things you would want to change about your classroom if you could, and why?
Well, I'd like to make it bigger, that's for sure. But I would like to make it more visually appealing, more inviting for students and for myself, for anyone else that walks in.
Second question, and what environmental aspects of your classroom do you like?
Well, I like having natural light. Lucky enough to have a window, so I do like that. I kind of like this window here. Also, it's kind of a nice, lets a lot more light and makes it feel a little bit more open. So I kind of like that too.
What kind of color palette would you prefer? Like just like accent colors or like cool tones, warm tones?
Boy, that's a tough question. That's what I need. I need somebody with a more artistic touch than I have. I'm kind of open, whatever looks good, really.
And do you think that by kind of changing the visual appeal of the classroom, it will help the students learn better?
Absolutely, I do. Yes, absolutely, yeah.
And do you think it is a necessary step in terms of improving the environment of the school?
Boy, necessary is a tough word. But I think it's a good step, a productive step, yes. Necessary, what's necessary? I don't know about necessary. Necessary is sort of, I guess it depends on what you mean by necessary.
Okay, thank you.